Right, I've took all the chips out and cleaned them all up and put them back in the sockets again. All these hybrid chips you see here. Now, these all run very hot and they obviously creep about on the board. Put it all back together. Still had the error 14 message, E14 message up. And I've also got that, I don't know if you can see these crocodile clips at the back here, jumping out this pico fuse, because the fuse had blown on the in-line. It's not drawing excessive current on that line. I don't know why it's blown. I don't know if someone's overloaded the front end or something. So I took the chips out, and they're really fragile. If you take the chips out of any of these hybrid little dual inline chips on these HPs, these pins, these gold pins, are really soft. So I've just noticed on the record level it sounds like I might be clipping the audio, but we'll have to see how that comes out. So what I've done is I took the chips out and put them back in, powered it back up exactly the same. So I started to work back through this the circuit diagram, and basically work back from the front end, from the output, which is I looked at the slope chip here, and there was no output at all, nothing at all going into the chip. And I've worked back, and we come into, this is the input here of the chip, and that's fed from the U240, which is the width generator, which is the chip at the back there, that one there. And at this test point here, test point 3, I have good audio, a good signal. Now I followed it through and went back to the chip again. So I looked at the input of the chip. No input on the chip. So I'm thinking, well, there must be a schematic. The drawings drawn wrong, because I've got signal coming out of that test point 2. It clearly states it goes to pin 1 of this chip, and there was nothing. So I thought, well, I buzzed the bottom of the chip out to the socket, and there's no continuity between pin 1 and the header, the IC holder. So I thought, well, I've had the chip out once, the contact should be clean. When I looked under a magnifying glass, I spotted that pin 1 had been folded back underneath and had actually broken off. They are so soft, these things. I mean, really, what I do recommend, if you're going to, you think you suspect one of these chips has got a bad connection, all you do is you just creep it out with the screwdriver, spray it out a contact cleaner and just push them back in. Don't remove them completely, because if you bend the pins, you're going to risk damaging these chips. So I put it back in, took it out, straightened the pin out, and it was clearly bent right over, put it back in, managed to make contact with the header, so I thought I'll buzz it out, and that was fine. Switched it on, and there we go, fully working. And we've got output on the scope, as you can see. So this is our period adjustment. This is our amplitude adjustment. This is our amplitude negative adjustment. Really very chuffed. I'm really actually very pleased with myself. Alright, I made a mistake by bending that chip pin, which is a bit clumsy of me, but it must have been, it's very easy to do. But now I've got another working pulse generator, and it's actually in a nicer condition than the one up there. It hasn't got the yellowed front panel, and this one still occasionally comes up with the E41 message, but this one's I paid sort of very little money for this, and I've got another functioning generator, so I think I might try and get some more of these and maybe start selling them. Anyway, thanks for watching.